just want to talk about the Unis Honest video titled Edible Slime Was a Mistake. This one, they tried some edible slimes, and it was like not a great time, I don't think. I feel like they had like a strawberry and a green apple, like flavored one, and I don't remember if this was a product that Jello has made or what, but like I remember I remember the face Mark made trying to eat that slime. He's like, nah. Nah, I feel like he said it didn't even taste like an artificial strawberry flavor, it was just nah, and the green apple was, like, tolerable, but still not great. I feel like this, yeah, was something that, like, some product they did, they tried, they made it, and it was like, "Oh, no, man." But I think that's interesting. I think that's important to kind of, like, have those content producers that, make those videos and evaluate, like, "Okay, like, are these even good?" Like, I think they were kind of talking about, like, even if this was something that you would buy for your child, like, is it even worth it? Or just buy them some Jello or, like, make them that, like, cornstarch and flour, like, I think they were talking about, like, the edibility of that because apparently, I guess you're not supposed to eat that. So I guess that's why this exists, because children like to eat things that they're not supposed to, and yeah, here we are. But yeah, I don't have a ton to say about this video. I feel like it's interesting when we try to, like, make these hybrid products of, like, it's not quite a food, it's not quite a toy, where does it sit? It's not really good at being either, but it exists. Somebody made this and whatever, there it is. It's there. Um, yeah, I don't have much to say. I'm gonna talk a little bit about kind of where I've been at and stuff. I just recently came back to a job that I thought I was not going to come back to. And I kind of had made peace with the idea of leaving that job before that job even stopped existing. I'm only talking about this because in my head I'm making the connection of, mistakes. The boys did edible slime and they labeled it as, oh God, it was a mistake to even try to do this. But also, like, I don't know, like, it's sometimes important to know or, like, to try, I guess. I'm a kind of person, I don't have a lot of regrets in life or a lot of things I consider regrets. And this is not even one of them either, but I do kind of have this thing going on in my head of, could I classify it as a mistake? I don't think so, because I think it is still its own learning experience. But coming back to this particular situation has been challenging for me in certain ways that I think are not productive to my own personal growth. Maybe you could say, yeah, it builds character or that, it is all like one thing that has kept me in this last couple of days. I was so exhausted yesterday. I couldn't even do my videos. I couldn't even barely get out of bed. I took a nap, meant to take a nap for half an hour. I was in bed for 2 hours, could barely get out of bed just to take my contacts out and brush my teeth. I was just like so mentally exhausted that it affected my body. And it's a lot of like sort of emotional labor, I guess I'm putting on myself too, because I was kind of never expecting to go back to this. And the reasons I chose it, I'm don't care to talk about. I think mostly for financial reasons or convenience or just to see if maybe it will lead to other opportunities. And I think overall, in the grand scheme, I believe it will be a good thing and not a mistake. But these last few days, I definitely was having, especially the last few weeks, honestly, getting prepared for it. I definitely had times of being like, God, is this more trouble than it's worth? And I would always answer that with no. No, it's not more trouble than it's worth because it will be worth it. It will be worth it. It will be worth the work. It'll be worth the effort and pushing through and every little difficulty that might come along the way. I like to believe it will still result in a positive outcome. But definitely, like yesterday, there were times where just being there. It was nice to see some familiar faces and to be recognized by some people, but there were definitely moments where it was like I just kind of almost had to dissociate and remember that this is only temporary and remember all the good things in my life and distinctly, like, clearly, like, take myself almost, mentally elsewhere just for a moment to remember there hopefully will be better things ahead. Because right now I really do feel like I'm in a rut and I'm going through this loop of returning to jobs I never expected to see again, returning to, I don't know, like, all sorts of things are kind of coming back up in my life, and it's kind of a weird and interesting loop. But I'm happy as well for me that with all the things that are coming back through my life, a lot of the negative things aren't coming back through my life. And I'm more well equipped to deal with these things in a reasonable way as well. I know, God, I go into this video, it's like I'm talking about fucking edible slime, and I'm getting really heavy about like all this existential shit. Like, God, that's just classic me, ain't it? Like, it's on brand. But yeah, I'm definitely like dealing with a lot just mentally, kind of also, keeping up these sort of coping mechanisms and safeguards of not feeling like stuck or not feeling too lost or not feeling like I always deal with this heavy feeling of there's got to be something better. There's got to be something that works better for me, something that is more fulfilling, something that I really feel valued, something, like I am constantly dealing with that sort of uh, desire for more, and it's not a hunger really, it's more of a dissatisfaction, I guess. And I'm dissatisfied with my own work, of course, obviously, if I haven't said that enough already. um, but I'm at this point of I don't know what is next, but I'm hoping that this strange time will lead to something better. And yeah, it's just interesting because, yeah, that feeling of like, was this a mistake? And in a way, it's been a sense of clarity to remind me why I was okay with leaving as well, and why I was okay with the idea of never coming back to this job. And also the reasons why I did enjoy this job, and the reasons why I've been very grateful for this job, and the things that I have enjoyed and learned. And it's interesting, like revisiting all of that, all of basically the good and the bad of it, and dealing with all these negative emotions and positive ones, and trying to kind of glean some sense of clarity from that. So, anyways, yeah, man, don't eat slime, I guess, and think about your life. That's the moral of the story. But yeah, I think that's all I really got to say on it. And I'm almost caught up with my Unisonus videos, so I'm really stoked about that. I'm just, yeah, I'm trying to piece together, yeah, what this exists, but what's the next step? And you know, so that's where I'm at. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.